Andrew asks, where does progressivism end and socialism begin? Do you consider yourself a socialist? Or do you consider yourself a progressive? How do you label yourself? Or do you?
When I ran in last year, I got a pretty hefty amount of socialist calls. In fact, one of my favorite name tags was developed by a Republican sort of heel friend of mine who put Comrade Schesventer, and it was all red, and it had the sickle for the C. It's easy to say that's because they are from the left that they are going to be seen as the Shea types or the communist types. It's easy to punch that pinata, but you got to look at the basics here. Communism, socialism, they have a very rigid government control aspect of the entirety of the economy. And I would even point out when I would debate those individuals that, hey, we have that here. Even if we all Republicans and libertarians like our school system, that actually is socialism, because that is government employees, the government owns the land. That is its own little chunk, and we all seem like we like it. And it's the Democrat version too, because we vote for the increases in the funding. So that is Democrat socialism, but we're not saying that for the entirety of the economy. So this is where progressivism can come in. It's more like you increase some regulations if you get something that's considered bad, but you don't want to chase away businesses from even wanting to do business, because that zaps the entirety of the Americana idea. The business of America is still business.
So you're still pro-business in this world. You just want to give people some kind of safety net. Is that the right phrase?
A little bit more of an expanded safety net. I would. This is, I think, a lot in memes, because I like to create them on Facebook a lot myself. And I'm reminded of during, again, the Democrat debates last year, where they would like to say that it was socialism to do all this Medicare stuff. And then Bernie was like, hey, well, we do this in Scandinavian countries. And then the person who was bashing was saying, well, they're actually capitalist with a good welfare state. And then Bernie would say, okay, then let's just do it that way. And then that person's like, no, that's socialism. So you never got going with the idea that you wanted to do it, because you always can claim that it's socialism, even if you just said that, no, actually Norway, they have a lot of private property rights. There's a lot of good businesses there that just have an expansive social welfare state.
I think Sweden is similar, right? I mean, Sweden is actually very capitalist in the way they do things.
Switzerland, Denmark.
Yep, they are.
They, I think, Cato and Heritage do their freedom rankings. And the country that always likes to hype itself as being very pro-freedom seems every time to be dropping another notch or two, the United States. Yes. I think we were nearing around 20 or something like that.
We're nowhere near as free as we used to be. Absolutely.
Exactly. And if they're the ones that we say are communist, they're the ones that also ranked ahead of us in the freedom index. So why don't we try to get more free, but also helping the people out at the same time?